So, my dear Leo, this is the moment. You having Sun and New Moon in your sign, and of course, that's a very specific moment where you are now able to plant your seed. This is your last reading to the left because I read to the right and I read to the left, and it's because we go 6 months introverted and we go then 6 months extroverted through the moon's energy. And when you see the lion calling to the left, we think, wow, he's calling the past, or, it's kind of like, well, it's backwards, right? But it's when I look at the card, right, I can see that, oh, he's calling to the left. Why is that? Well, when we look at it, it's to the left. But when I become the card and I look, he's calling to the right, to the extroverted, to the outer path, to the active path, right? To the left is passive. It's like the soul, and the soul exists. It doesn't really need to do anything, but it wants to do something. So it's using the body and the mind to experience this life here. And so when you become the 8, the strength here, then you are understanding that this is coming from deep within. It's coming from the soul. He's calling, when you watch it from the outside, right, the soul, but actually he is then living it to the outside. And so just understand that when there is a picture where the lion looks to the right or to the left. Now, the sun in your sign and the moon in your sign, it's intense, right? Because the sun is actually ruling you. This is a dwarf star, so you have your own star. And this star is like shooting 70,000 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles, but it's shooting really fast through the Milky Way and is making its own circle in this galaxy of ours, right? And so you are attached to that, and so you are big thinker. You want, right, to live this life, and you are passionate about it. The yoga position for you, of course, for that is Simhasana, is the lion breath. Stick your tongue out, roar it out, and be authentic, right? True love is when we are able to be authentic, and when we also are able to see our flaws and show them, and not being casted out immediately by society, right? And I think that's what we got to learn here. We have a duality based system here, and the duality is necessary, otherwise there would be no new life coming in this world. And so in the duality we find the right and the left eye, and the third eye, the triangle, right? That's why the Empress is so important. And I always have 3 cards on each station, and so it gives me the deep understanding of what it's all about. And so you are learning to see now that strength is calling out, right? Today, your last reading to the left, to the soul, then it goes back out again. So this just to Leo, the strength card. You have no other zodiac sign that is kind of interfering here with you. And that's why the new moon is so much more special than the full moon, because in the full moon you have Aquarius giving you the light. And remember, in 2 weeks you are giving to the full moon the light, to Aquarius, right? So it's important that you also understand that you're giving Aquarius the strength, the passion, and Aquarius is giving you the technology and the community to execute that strength and passion that you have. You are the king of fire, and as the king of fire, you are, of course, filled with love, because the heart is your body part, and of course the cardiovascular system. Is your birthday between 13th of July and the 12th of August, then is he your court card? If not, look in the description. I have listed them all below. It could be that you're connected to the previous or the next court card, right? Should just have a look at that. You are here always the extrovert as Leo, right? Remember that. You love to go out there, but remember you also need to go back into get your strength. You are the 5th zodiac sign, and as such, you're connected with the 5th house of fun and play, and you do love to play. You see that in the cats. Cats just love to play and catch the bird or the mouse or whatever it is, right, that they want to catch. Sometimes people tell me that simply crumpled paper is what she loves, right? She doesn't love the big toys. So remember that. Back to Cancer Sun, that gave Leo Moon the light. In the last reading, the message was learn everything you possibly can about your opposite sign. It's worth it. And your opposite sign is Aquarius, right? And so learn everything that you can about it because it's worth it. And like I said, it gives you the community, right? You need a community so you can have fun and can play around. Good. So this just today, no other sign that is interfering, and we're going to read to the left. Last time after this reading, we're going to the right. And so we begin with the King of Fire, with the Court card. And the Court card is bringing you the Ace of Fire. And the Ace is what is your element, right? This is the holy wand. This is the wand with whom you create whatever it is you want to create. And with the 5 and the 1, you get a 6. And so the 6 is self-love. The 6 is you have found yourself. You have found the middle way. You have found the third eye, right? You have found in this triangle the liberation of the duality. And you just watch how everybody is being caught in that game, right, of duality. And so here you have immediately a clear sign that's saying you have the light, you have the lantern, so what are you going to do with it? So take action about what your heart makes go faster, and it's just a really beautiful sign. Then we look at Strength card, and the Strength card is bringing you the Empress. And so this is the 3. She's Venus, of course, in the tarot, but she is the 3 here, the point up here from the triangle, and the 8 and the 3 is the 11. So you have a 1-1-1 portal right here, which is beautiful. It's saying, hey, you know what real power is when you understand the holy aspect of this life. And the holy aspect is when you make things grow, when you create here this triangle right between her head and of course her arms, and you are in union, in sync. And the 11 is a clear sign here that is letting you know, find today the strength deep within, so you can have for the next 6 months, right, the strength to go out there and show yourself. Then I wanted to see what else is your deck bringing, because I mean it's just you here today and no other zodiac sign, and it's here the 4 of Swords. And the 4 of Swords here is Jupiter in Libra. And so you see here the 4 and the 3 creates the 7, and the 7 is the emotional intelligence of Cancer, which told you learn everything you possibly can about your opposite sign. It's worth it. So do that, right? Because otherwise it's just gonna be difficult for you to understand what is really your opposite sign bringing to you. It's adding to you, but you're also learning lessons that you get from it. And so the 7 and the 8 is the 15, is Capricorn, is the attachment, is the devil, is being cut off, or you being attached to money or the career or whatever there is out there, because Capricorn is getting ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is the father, is the finger. It's like don't and this and that, right? And so here you see a very beautiful 7 plus the 1 again the 8, and the 8, that's you. Now what is bringing, we're just going to put this down, bringing the Mother Peace Tarot, and you get the 2 of Wands reversed, right? And as a clarification, you see that the 2 of Wands is letting you know you need to learn more, because the 7 and 2 creates the 9, and the 9 is the completion. That's Virgo. And Virgo is that moment where you're recognizing, I have arrived, right? I really have arrived at myself, because the 9 and the 8 creates the 17, creates Aquarius, creates the star. And here the meditation that is coming to you, right? Finding the peacefulness deep within you. It's what the 4 of Swords is. It's like, don't fight anymore. Allow your innate nature to create whatever it is that you need to create. And the 9 appears, and the 8 is the 17, and the 8 is left. So remember that, right? Here you coming up, you are giving Aquarius the light in 2 weeks, but then in 6 months Aquarius is giving the light back to you. So just understand that and respect that and see that. And that's where we understand one action is the most important, is giving love, right? Is giving the light, is giving energy to what makes things grow more, right? Then we look at the moon, and the moon is bringing you here the eye of the needle, the intentionality, and look what number is here, the 17. And the 17, of course, is again Aquarius. So the star is here. You had the 17 with the strength card, right? And so it's very clear. Focus and see what's talking, how is it talking, how are the numbers letting you know, the 10, Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune, the 7, the emotional intelligence, together the 8. Know that when you focus, right? When you focus your strength, you can do so many amazing things. You are powerful. You're connected with the sun, the dwarf star, right? And of course, the opposite sign is the star. So here is the 9 and the 8, again the 17, and the 8 is left. So remember that, right? Then what's coming from your deck is the 7 of Fire. And the 7 of Fire is Mars in Leo. And Mars in Leo is really the one that pushes you to go out, but you need to go back in. But when you then become it, you're going out again, and you will. You have no choice. The moon is going to force you to do that. And so here the 8 and of course the 7, again the 15. Again, remember, that's Capricorn, that's the attachment, that's the devil. We created the devil because we humans create such negative energies just because we are attached to one side of duality, and we need to come into the 3. That's where we find the liberation. So here, of course, the 9, right, gives itself up, so the 15 is left, and the 6 is here to let you know self-love brings the courage to go deeper within, to really to the dark, to the moon, right, that has no light right now, and you learning there who you really are and how much you can break yourself free from attachments, from the subconscious, from feelings that have maybe been pushed onto you and you don't want them anymore. What is the clarification is the crone to the right down, and that's Virgo, right? And so the crone is literally saying, hey, remember here the intentionality. She's the number 9, and so here we have a 9-9, and the crone, Virgo, is opposite of Pisces, right? So there is an opposite push. Here's Pisces, the emotions, the feelings, and here is the completion. Here is Virgo, that is actually here letting you see that in between we have the 15 and the 6, and the 6 is left, right? Because the 9 gives itself up. And so the 6, the self-love, is here to let you know, love yourself, right? And that's in a way what Virgo does. Have a look at this one action, how much are you letting yourself know how much you love yourself? That's what she is actually bringing to you, because she is facing down the Ace of Wands. And so very clear, the 6 is left, and that's what the moon is saying. The moon is saying, love yourself. Simply, even in the dark, even in the negative moments, love yourself and understand then the action that comes out of that. Now we look at the sun, which is of course your element, right? And the sun is bringing you here the joy. Look at that, the music, the 28. And so the 20 is Pluto. And the 8 is you, together the 10. You have a 10-10 with the 19, a 10-10 portal that is letting you know, hey, remember you had 3 times the 1 at the beginning, right? And 3 times the 1 is like, I understand 3 times the 1, because 3 times the 1 is that moment where I really get it. I understand that I need to create my own happiness. And so we actually have 2 more 1s here. So you have 5 times the 1. And 5 is the 5th house of joy and fun and creativity. So you coming out, and after the new moon, you're gonna go back to the full moon, and you're gonna have fun, and you're gonna enjoy yourself. And done with introverted, looking into the subconscious, you can go out and really enjoy yourself, right? Then what's coming up here is you, because I have a German and an English deck. So the King of Fire, right, that is the demonstration of the position as the court card, came up here. And so when you show the world that you can do all of this, that you have fun, that you have the wand, the one, that one action is enjoying yourself and spreading joy and spreading love, then you can see that here the 10 and the 1 creates again an 11. Then you have an 11-11 portal. And that's amazing, right? Because it's important that you really understand that, and that you really learn that the 6 here is letting you know that. And it could be a date, the 6th of November or the 11th of June, right? And so what is coming up here as an explanation is the 6 of discs to the right. And the 6 of discs is, of course, moon in Taurus, and Taurus is the one that is giving you the stabilities, giving you the money. And you can see here very clearly in this deck that here are 3 coins pointing up and 3 coins pointing down. And that's the receiving and the giving, what Taurus is bringing you here. So receive and give, and see the cycle here, right, as a completion, because we have the 10 portal, right, which is then of course a 20 plus the 5 is a 25. That's the 7, the emotional intelligence that you need to understand all of that. And the 7 and the 6 is the 13, a big transformation where you can go out again. And so now when I place this card here, it makes sense what's coming, right? Because we are always making a circle. We are always closing the reading when we place the card here again. I'm going to place it here. So see that this one action is creating a ripple effect in this whole circle here today. And that's what the sun and the moon is telling you. You can do it. You are strong enough, right, to create whatever there is that you need to create, because you have the 20 plus the 5, 25 is the 7, the emotional intelligence, the 7 and the 6, the 13, the big transformation that you had to go through, and then the 4 is left. The 4 is you can rule, you can be an emperor, you can be stable, you know exactly how important giving and taking is, and then you can see that the 1 plus the 4 is the 5, and the 5 is you. Enjoy, spread the love, spread the dance, and look how beautiful she is in the sari. It's like a very beautiful energy. You are getting what I'm telling you here, because I think you understand, right? You can put your story in here. So close the circle and take that one action towards yourself. Take that one action to the 6, to the self-love, to the 6-6 portal here. And then understand that even the 10 and the 6 creates, of course, then the 16, the tower. Something needs to go for something new to come into your life. And that's just simply the message, right? So allow that message to come. Allow that to be in your life, because you're the 6 here, and the 6 means you have arrived in your third eye and you see exactly what the sun and the new moon are bringing to you today in this ceremony that you hopefully are taking for yourself. Plant your seed, plant your idea, and see it then in 6 months coming to you on your full moon. So I wish you a beautiful ceremony today, and thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.